So one of you has asked me to look at number 16, C and D. I've got C up here, and probably the thing that freaks you out is that there's a couple of X's in there, but it just follows the same kind of program. So the first thing we're going to do is recognize that it's a trinomial. It just has funky brackets. So we'll take the funky brackets, the x squared minus x, and we'll make them equal to something fun. How about a heart? Yay, everybody likes hearts. So we'll make it equal to a heart. So then we're going to go back and redraw this equation. We're going to draw it as a heart squared minus 8 hearts plus 12. So now it looks a little simpler. Really all we have to do is find a number that multiplies to 12 and adds to negative 8. Because it adds to negative 8 and multiplies to positive 12, I know that I'm going to have negatives on both sides. And then I just go through the factors of 12, and it looks like negative 2 and negative 6 will work. So now I draw out my brackets, and I put in my heart. Where it goes, heart times heart equals heart squared. And then I just put in those two numbers. So negative 2 times negative 6 gets me positive 12. But if I add them, I get negative 8. So that's a nice factor for this one. Now I put in the substitution. So what it looks like now is I put in my x squared minus x wherever I have a heart. The same way you would do with the other ones. There's my x squared minus x. All right. And now what I have is two trinomials. So I have to factor them. But I don't have to do any real work because they're just x squared trinomials. So for this one, I'm going to write an x here and an x here. I have to have a number that multiplies to negative 2 and adds to negative 1. It's going to be 2 and 1, and the negative wins, so the big number gets the negative. That's done. Go back over here. Sorry about the funky size brackets. Put my x and my x in. Factors of negative 6 that equal negative 1. Well, 6 is 3 times 2. Put in my 3 and my 2. The negative wins, so then the 3 gets the negative because it's the bigger number. Put in my positives, and there you go. Now, the tricky part of this one, there's kind of a couple. It was weird because they showed you the x squared minus x, and that's kind of a bit of a freak out, but you just follow the same pattern. The other part was that when you get to here, you have to factor them again. Now, it's the same thing on D, except that D uses bigger numbers, and you're going to have to use decomposition, but it follows the same pattern. So if you understand how to do C, I would just not bother doing D, because I'm not going to test you on something like that. That's just mean.